You know, there are a ton of good musicians out there. I've been to the NAMM show 3 times and I've gotten to see plenty of great musicians. Ranging from some great guitar players like Steve Morse and Paul Gilbert, to great bass players like Billy Sheehan. I like all these musicians and think they deserve their recognition, but there are few musicians who have left their mark on the world like Eddie Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen demonstrated a form of guitar playing that was revolutionary, especially when it came out. And while many other people have applied his technique since he started, no one has been able to do it like he does. Making it very tragic when he recently passed away. In this video, I want to give recognition to Eddie Van Halen and the fantastic music he made. What's up everybody, I'm Cam Crick and let's count down the top 5 Van Halen albums. A lot of casual listeners may not be aware of stuff on Van Halen 2, but this album had some very solid songs on it. Some of my personal favorites include Dance the Night Away and Somebody Get Me a Doctor. Another thing I really like about this album is how everybody gets a chance to shine. Michael Anthony's backup vocals really shine, and he does some great bass riffs throughout this album. David Lee Roth also does some of his best vocal work on this album too, in my opinion. And Eddie Van Halen's guitar playing is magnificent. I especially liked his acoustic playing on Spanish Fly. Most people don't think of acoustic guitar when it comes to Eddie Van Halen, but he demonstrated that he's quite an acoustic player on that song, and I wish he honestly did more of it. It may not be as well remembered as Eruption is, but it's still some solid playing, and I wish it was more popular. Along with that, this album also showed how diverse the band could be musically. It's a good blend of blues rock, hard rock, and metal. It may not be as well remembered as some of the other Van Halen albums, but it still has a lot of good music on it, and Spanish Fly is a song that deserves a lot more attention than it's got. This is a very good hard rock album, and a much needed one after OU812. It wasn't a bad album, but it didn't have that hard rock feel that Van Halen is known for. So when this album opens up with Pound Cake, a song where Eddie Van Halen is playing guitar with a drill, it's a really nice return to form. And even after that, this is a very solid opening number that showed that Van Halen was back to hard rock and roll. They were also willing to show that they were more mature with songs like Right Now. So they were still able to maintain their identity as a band while at the same time evolve musically. And Eddie Van Halen really created a lot of great riffs that really stick with you and are unforgettable. I'm talking not just Pound Cake, but Run Around and Top of the World. Especially Top of the World, that is one of my favorite opening riffs of any Van Halen song. This is one of my favorite Van Halen records, and I think it's a shame that it's not that well remembered compared to their other stuff. It's got some solid playing, solid musicianship, and I think it's a very, very good album. "1984 is Van Halen's most well-remembered and most popular album, and for good reason. It has a lot of great songs on it. Hot for Teacher is one of Eddie Van Halen's best songs playing-wise in my opinion. A lot of great technicality, and his solo on it is amazing. Alex Van Halen's drum work in that song is also worth noting. Not only is it fast-paced, but the way he's able to keep those beats steady is very impressive. Jump doesn't bother me like it does some other people. I actually like Eddie Van Halen's keyboard solo in this song. It's not rock and roll, but it does remind me of some cool video game soundtracks I listen to, especially from the N64. Having said that, I do think the song is overrated, and isn't that good, especially compared to the other songs like Panama and Hot for Teacher. Considering the fact that the guys were basically not getting along with David Lee Roth at this time, it's a miracle that they were able to put out a record this good. Hello, baby! The future seemed very uncertain for Van Halen after David Lee Roth left the band. A lot of people were concerned that they might not be able to carry on, but carry on they did. Sammy Hagar made his debut with Van Halen on the 5150 album. And to a lot of people's surprise, it worked. This is actually the first Van Halen album that I heard in its entirety, and I was actually very impressed by it. The album has some good energetic songs like Good Enough, 5150, and Best of Both Worlds, while at the same time having some pretty decent ballads such as Dreams and Love Walks In. Sammy Hagar sounds great on this album, and honestly, I think he was a much needed addition to the band. David Lee Roth was an entertaining frontman and a decent singer at times, but he had a very narrow shtick, and it wasn't one that would last much longer, I think. Sammy Hagar was much more diverse musically than David Lee Roth, and he brought more to the table. I'm positive that a song like Love Walks In would never have been recorded if David Lee Roth was still the singer. People are quick to blame him for all the keyboards that would go into Van Halen after that, but you have to understand, Van Halen was already going in that direction with 1984. And another thing that Sammy Hagar brought to the table that I feel got underutilized was the fact that he was a decent guitar player. Now don't get me wrong, he's nowhere near the level of Eddie Van Halen, but he's still good and allowed the band to try new stuff out musically. 5150 showed that Van Halen still had what it took, and they were able to go on to another decade of success with Sammy Hagar. The first Van Halen record is a very great debut album. Running with the Devil is a very good opening song with that awesome bass riff from Michael Anthony. Eddie Van Halen produces some great guitar riffs on songs like Running with the Devil, Atomic Punk, and Ain't Talking About Love. But the key moment of this album that stands out most to me would be Eruption. This 1 minute and 39-second guitar solo would change guitar playing forever. With a great combination of melodic playing and speed, this solo sounds plenty good on its own, but one of the things that really makes it stand out is the double tapping. That technique would be one of his standout moments and has continued to inspire countless musicians to this day. Eddie Van Halen would secure his place in music history with this song, and it would be one of the main reasons he's gone down in history as one of the greatest guitar players of all time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up and share it if you like it. And if you would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications. And if you would like to support the channel and help it grow, you can do it through Patreon, PayPal, or Venmo. Links to all three will be in the description below. Again, thank you guys so much. Have a nice day.